This is simply going to be my unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, as well as me discussing my initial first impressions of it. Nothing more, nothing less. Most people who are watching this video have more than likely already watched dozens of unboxing and review videos discussing everything there is to discuss about this phone. Therefore, I'm going to keep this video short, sweet, and won't talk about anything that you surely already know about this phone. The main purpose of this video is really to just show how the phone looks in the Burgundy Samsung.com exclusive color variant. Also, this is my first foldable smartphone, and I wanted to record a video of me unboxing the phone and sharing my initial first impressions of it. I didn't do any speaking during the actual unboxing process, but I would rather not have the video be silent, as I am not the relaxing end and will leave the ASMR device unboxings to him and his white gloves. So, what I will do is have a voiceover of me discussing the pre-order delayed situation I and many others had with their Burgundy Fold 4s. I pre-ordered my Galaxy Fold 4 on August 10th, day one of pre-orders. I traded in my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which I received $900 for, and received an extra $300 in discounts for pre-reserving the phone a few weeks before it was revealed. So that totals up to $1,200 in just freaking discounts. That is insane. The full retail price for the unlocked 512GB variant of the device totals up to around $1,200 exact, after taxes squeeze their way in. Though, with my trade-in and pre-reservation discounts, the full price was reduced all the way to $965. That's less than $1,000 for a $2,100 phone. Half of $2,100 is $1,050, and $965 is less than that, meaning that I paid slightly less than half the price that the phone costs. I paid $965 for a $2,100 phone. That is more than a steal, in my opinion, and was too good of a deal for me to not finally take the plunge into a Galaxy Z Fold smartphone. My favorite color is burgundy, and I was ecstatic when the rumors of an exclusive Burgundy Fold 4 ended up being true. I pre-ordered the Burgundy Z Fold 4 unlocked 512GB variant a few hours after Samsung's Unpacked livestream ended, and 2 days later, I ordered the Spigen Clear Ultra Hybrid case. It's my first time ever using a clear case on a smartphone because I want to always be able to see that beautiful burgundy color. It would be a disservice and injustice to the phone and myself to just slap a thick black case on it after having had to wait a month and 10 days from the day I pre-ordered for the burgundy variant of it. So a clear case was really the only option for me with this particular color. So, on September 3rd, I finally got a status update on my order since the 10th of August. But it was the opposite of the status update I had been semi-impatiently waiting for. So my order had got delayed, and the email said I won't receive a new delivery date confirmation until my order is shipped. You should have seen the visible change in expression on my face as my mouth was literally wide open in excitement when receiving the email, and then immediately dropped in disappointment when seeing the huge and bold "order delayed" at the top. I don't know what the frick was going on with the Burgundy pre-orders, but then on September 9th, I got another email from Samsung, but once again it was an order delayed email. That was 1 day away from being exactly 30 days, 1 month, since the day that I pre-ordered it. Yet people who pre-ordered Burgundy anywhere between 1 to 10 days after I pre-ordered mine were already having theirs either being shipped or arriving to them. What? How? My order not having made any movement for 30 days after me pre-ordering on day 1 was just not acceptable in the slightest. So after getting that email, when getting home from work, I immediately called Samsung support again. I also called them on Tuesday, September 7th, to thoroughly explain everything that has happened so far regarding my order, and I did my very best to be as calm, cool, and collected as possible about it when speaking to the person on the other end. At the end of the day, the representatives who work as customer support aren't the ones directly responsible for our orders and are literally only trying to help those who call them. Yeah, taking your frustration about your order out on them will more than likely do you favors and speed up the process of your order arriving, but lashing out on them is just not the way to go about it. Anyway, so I called, and the conversation went rather well, and I was given some pretty relieving and promising words from the agent I spoke to. His name was Marlowe, and he was excellent. I was polite, considerate, and respectful when speaking to him about my delayed pre-order situation, and he was the same way when speaking to me. He had gave me two options for the order. He could escalate the order to Samsung's back-end team and make sure they're notified of my pre-order being delayed for a month now, or I could cancel the order since I hadn't even paid for it yet due to the order not being shipped yet. I told him I wanted to escalate the order to the back-end team. Burgundy is my all-time favorite color, so yeah, I was willing to wait it out. And that's what he did. After that, he told me that my order has been escalated to them and that within 2 to 3 business days, I will receive an email giving me an estimated delivery date for my order. Before ending the call, I had told Mr. Marlowe I appreciated him assisting me with my issue, and he had told me he was very grateful for the kind and warm approach I gave him on the call. See, these assistant/support agents are human beings with feelings and emotions, just like the rest of us. No need to be a douche and be rude, inconsiderate, and disrespectful to them just because you're agitated about problems with your order. He then told me he was going to send me an email with a reference number for the documentation he made for my concern and stayed on the phone with me to make sure I received the email. He also typed in the email how he was grateful for the kind and warm approach I gave him. After that, I told him I had no other questions and he told me to have a good day and to stay safe. I told him the same thing and then did the survey to cap off the call. I'm a patient person and ultimately don't mind waiting for things I want, but truthfully, the wait for the Burgundy Fold4 had me becoming a bit impatient, and my order being delayed certainly increased that impatience. Still though, I had no regrets, as I don't mind waiting longer than others, knowing that I was going to have my first foldable phone in my favorite color from my favorite tech brand. Watching YouTube videos of tech enthusiasts doing unboxings, first impressions, and in-depth reviews, as well as scrolling through the r/Galaxy Fold subreddit, was doing a good enough job of keeping my excitement at bay while I waited for mine. Well, I didn't receive any estimated delivery dates like I was told I would, but I did receive an email on Monday, September 12th, 3 days after I made the call. The email was just another order delayed email, and it said, "We have not forgotten you and will send an update with the new delivery date soon." It made me sad because the agent I spoke to was excellent, and I was pretty positive I would receive a new estimated delivery date that week. So, on September 15th, I made a second call to Samsung support, and the representative I spoke to was another great gentleman. I basically had the same conversation with him as I did with the person I spoke to on the 9th. We were both polite, considerate, and respectful during the call, and he apologized to me multiple times for the over a month-long delay on my day one pre-order. He had escalated my order to the back-end team just like the other person did, and he told me I should receive an email within 2 to 3 business days. He didn't say if the email would have a new estimated delivery date on it because I had told him I already called the week before and was told the same thing but didn't receive a new estimated delivery date in the email I got on the 12th. It's a shame that this had happened to a lot of us who pre-ordered Burgundy, and I would just love to know exactly what is going on at Samsung to have caused so many month-long delays for Burgundy. At the end of the day though, the support agents truly are not the ones to blame for our delayed orders. They aren't the ones directly in charge or responsible for our orders being given the green light to be boxed up, sent to FedEx, and shipped off to our addresses. They are simply just the people who are responsible for picking up the phone to solve the answer to questions we have about a product/order, or figure out what's going on with any issues we address to them about a product/order. It seems as if this back-end team are the ones who are more directly responsible for our orders and are the actual people we should be disgruntled with. At that point though, I was done. I was done stressing myself out thinking about my order. I was supposed to receive it on September 7th, and it was now September 15th, so I was supposed to have already had it for a week. The website said the Burgundy variant would ship within 3 to 4 weeks of purchase, but my order confirmation email I got after pre-ordering the phone said my order would be ready to ship within 5 weeks. Well, the 14th of September was 5 weeks since I pre-ordered, and it still hadn't shipped, meaning that at that point, it should be shipping literally any day now. So I just decided to try and not think about my order anymore until I received an email and text from Samsung telling me it had shipped. Otherwise, I was just going to drive myself more nuts than I already had, now having to wait in anticipation for something that I had no idea when it would ship or was scheduled to arrive. Then came Monday, September 19th, and it was the first time I had checked my order on Samsung's website since the 15th, and when I did on my phone, I realized that I was no longer able to cancel my order. I had read before from people that when you're no longer able to cancel an order, that means it is ready to be shipped. So when I got home from work that day, I checked the order on Samsung's website on my laptop, and it no longer said, customizing your Galaxy Z Fold 4 512GB unlocked, like it was saying ever since August 10th when I pre-ordered it, all the way until September 15th when I at last checked it. On my laptop, my order on Samsung's website now said, in process, faster. Just like any other standard order on their site usually says, but there still wasn't an estimated delivery date posted. So then I decided to check my order's reference number once again on FedEx's website, just to see if I would finally have any tracking info, or if it was just going to say, no record of this tracking number can be found at this time. Please check the number and try again later. Like how it had been saying ever since the day I pre-ordered the phone. Well, lo and behold, when I put in the order's reference number, it took a few seconds to load and it showed me all the tracking information for my order. The same detailed tracking page also showed the order's actual tracking number too, so now I also had that, instead of only the reference number. After a month and 9 days, I was at last in the final stretch of waiting for my order and would very shortly, finally, have my 512GB Burgundy Z Fold 4. I still didn't even have the phone yet, and I felt such a huge wave of relief, just knowing that I finally had tracking info from my order and knew when I could expect it to arrive. Then later that evening, around 7 p.m., I received a text and email from Samsung saying my order had shipped. Then on Wednesday, September 21st, I had at last received my August 10th Galaxy Z Fold 4 pre-order. The month and 10-day wait was freaking brutal, but in the end, the burgundy color was absolutely worth it. Now, these are my first initial thoughts and impressions of it. Pictures don't even do it justice. It is so beautiful. The burgundy color specifically, in my opinion, is easily the best color variant the Fold 4 has. The rest of the colors are nice, but the burgundy just radiates a different level of class and luxury that I don't feel when looking at the other colors. When I held it in the palm of my hands for the first time, I immediately said to myself, oh yeah, this is it. This is the one I needed to wait for before getting a foldable smartphone. The Z Fold 4 not only looks, but also feels premium. It looks and feels like it's a $2,000 device. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 looks and feels like the most refined, durable, optimized, matured Z Fold and overall solid foldable smartphone that is built to last. I upgraded from a Note 20 Ultra, and I don't miss it not a single bit. At the time this video is being uploaded, I've been heavily using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 for a full week now. It is seriously a game changer and truly redefines how one uses a smartphone and what a smartphone is capable of.